Show. Pat O'Melia here, your concerned Toms River residents, why we do the show. And we like doing the show. Got my own brewed coffee here. Taking a little business away from babes. The last thing I really need is a coffee pot. Yeah, I'm an up guy at this. If you need to get in touch with me, you see all the stuff on the bottom of the screen. You see our website, our Twitter, everything you need to know about us is right there. You can get in touch with me if you got an issue with the county. You got an issue with the municipality, Toms River, Seaside Heights. You got a consumer issue for that matter. Just got a letter from Home Depot today. Gotta make one more phone call. Then I think we're gonna have to go nuclear on Home Depot. It's a shame too. You know, it's a good company. But if you need to get in touch with me, go ahead. Today, Governor Murphy signed the minimum wage bill. In July, the minimum wage will go up to $10. In January 1st, it will go up to $11. Remember, minimum wage was never meant to be a living wage. Not to raise your family, not to really raise anything on. Kind of entry-level jobs for kids, seniors on Social Security or a pension. It was never meant to live on. We just made New Jersey that much more expensive. You're going to see more self-checkouts. You see them at the Home Depots. You see them at ShopRites. I know we did a piece, we showed the ones at the Hoboken ShopRite. They're created to get rid of jobs. They are preparation for minimum wage. You're going to see more of the self-kiosks in McDonald's and Burger King. You know who's really threatened? Gas station attendants. Get ready to pump your own fuel, people. It doesn't matter to me because I do pump my fuel because I want my gas tank put on, gas cap put on right. I don't want gas on the side of my car, and I like my tank filled. You know, when I look at because, you know, freelancers got, you know, company credit cards for fuel. I can tell when I fueled up because I'm going to round off the number. If I see, you know, $31.87, I know it wasn't me because I rounded off. But that's, you know, pumping your own gas, get used to it, people, because that's going to happen because small business cannot absorb this minimum wage increase. Because it's not just the people going up to minimum wage. It's the people who are already at the 10, 15, whatever, and by 2024, $15. Anybody at that level has to be moved up. Well, they're earning minimum wage. And you have people that are taking, you know, 3-4 years to get to $15. Again, it's not a living wage. Water main breaks. You had a water main break at Magnolia Gardens here in Toms River. You had to evacuate like 80 seniors. It's an assisted living center. And in my daughter's house, water pipes broke, 3 of them. Now, the house is 73 years old. Yeah, 73 years old. And all those effing years, nobody thought about wrapping the pipes or insulating the pipes? We just did that. For that matter, we're going to be put the heat wrap on there. And somewhere along the line, somebody was thinking that because they put in the beginning the electrical outlets in the crawl space. Only like, you know, a couple of feet crawl space. I am not getting in it. So I'm going to get my buddy Don Blackwell come in, activate those outlets so you can plug in the heat tape, and so that'll eliminate the freezing pipes. But that's an issue. You know, in Jersey City, we don't seem to have that problem. House, you know, 73 years old. You'd think somebody would address that. And I got the plumber there, and he goes, man, pipes have been breaking left and right. We had like 3 pipes broken down there. And we got Jersey grown Cory Booker running for president. He just announced, you know, that's going to be one long line of Democrats to run. You know, I don't know how they're going to do the debates because you may have like 18. You know what they did the last time? They had like 2 debates, which we may have to do here in Toms River with Council at Large and Mayor because we want to talk about that. Right now, we're out of time. Toms River Show, we'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
We're back. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I got to do my stuff, right? Sleep. Fix my watch. I got my Iron Man Captain America watch from Civil War. They just had an Infinity Endgame teaser on a Super Bowl. Oh, people went nuts on YouTube. Looking at all the Easter eggs. There's Rocket Raccoon and there's Ant-Man. It's going to be some serious movie when this comes out. I think it comes out in May. It will shatter all records. Endgame. Ocean County politics. My buddy Gavin, who runs that website, we were going to produce a show for him one time, and things just fell apart there. I like the kid, and he runs it, and his website has really changed. He just did a poll for the mayor's race here in Tom's River, and you have Daniel Roderick, Mo Hill. You've seen Mo on some of our other shows here in Ready to Roll Studios, and Mayor Thomas Kelleher. Roderick and Mo Hill are almost, even, 49% and 48% of this poll. Now, this poll isn't scientific, but it is telling. Tommy Kelleher polled at 3%. Now, Roderick and Mo Hill are at 49 and 48% of this poll, 1,055 votes to 1,047. Tommy Kelleher, the incumbent, got 70, a total amount of 2,172 votes. And again, this is Ocean County Politics. You can find him on the web. Maybe we have the link up there. Like I said, it's not scientific, but it is telling. Judging from this poll, it would be wise that Mayor Kelleher not seek re-election. But nothing worse than having the incumbent lose the re-election. And Tom, he's done his job. I think Tom did a good job as mayor under the circumstances. But it appears he's going to pay the price for overdevelopment in Tom's River, the failed open space tax. Last thing the people in Tom's River wanted to hear was any more taxes. And he might even pay for what just happened with the school budget, $147 million, where 7,000 people in Tom's River voted for it. It was like 90,000, 100,000 people in Tom's River. 7,000. You talk about the tail wagging the dog. And the never-ending Route 166 project. But one of the other things that is becoming a concern as I talk to the politicals here in Tom's River, Ocean County, George Gilmore is somewhat occupied with some personal issues. He is the moving force behind the GOP in Ocean County. Right now, it is kind of a free-for-all going on there. And Tommy Kelleher doesn't have the backing as of right now, doesn't have the backing. It looks like it will be Mo Hill will be the favorite to win. And again, Tommy did a good job. You got to see how this shakes out because the election is not till November, but it doesn't look good for the incumbent right now. And one of the problems in Tom's River is people complaining about taxes and they're about to go up. And even though when you get that tax bill, you got the county, you got the municipality, you got the schools, it all looks like it's the municipality doing it. It isn't. There's, other factors involved. But when you're writing that check, you're writing it to Tom's River, and you kind of focus in on the administration. I'll say some of the failed services that caused Tom Kelleher to have a problem is shared services. He never embraced that. I really don't understand why anybody doesn't embrace this. Tom's River is the big kahuna in Ocean County. It is the big municipality. You should have a strong mayor here, and I'll get into that a little more. But nobody ever went to the surrounding municipalities of Tom's River about shared services, whether it's DPW work, police, cultural affairs, health and human services, whatever the case is, about spreading out the expenses. Between Seaside Heights and Lavallette and Berkeley and Pelican Island, and it's all over the place. All these other municipalities, they should all be working together to lower the expense to the residents of those communities. And you do that through shared services. Now, again, with Tom's River, the big kahuna in Ocean County, they should have been doing shared services with Ocean County. There's things Ocean County could handle for Tom's River or vice versa. And that cuts down the expenses. But nobody, and the same thing with the Ocean County. Ocean County's not running around doing shared services either. Everybody's worried about their little kingdom and their power base. But the problem is you, the residents of Tom's River and Seaside Heights here, you pay for that. You're paying for duplication and redundancy in services. But that doesn't have to be. There could be shared services. And why that's not, it astounds me. One of the things Governor Murphy should have done to get control of the budget here in New Jersey and try to do something. Of all the activity Murphy has done since he's been governor, not one of them has cut any expenses. He should mandate shared services. And really, there should be some sort of consolidation of some of these municipalities. But let's take the first step, shared services. Try to spread out these expenses so it isn't so daunting on the property taxpayers in Toms River and Seaside Heights and the rest of Ocean County. And then there's the state of New Jersey, where Toms River, Ocean County, and the state could work together. You know, they got DPW, they both got DPW, they both got park departments. There's such a redundancy. And you are paying for every level of that redundancy. That has to be addressed. And Phil Murphy should make a shared service czar. I thought there was talk about that, but it never happened. That's one of the things. You got to get a handle on the school districts. You're the one paying for that. But in Toms River, they're the big kahuna in Ocean County. And Mayor Kelleher, and he still has time, the election's not till November, can take a page out of Mayor Fulop of Jersey City, which really should be a sister city. I know Jersey City just did something. We're a sister city somewhere in India. Toms River should be their sister city because there is so much similarity between the two towns, and even the residents have a lot of Jersey City in them. Mayor Fulop is a political powerhouse, statewide and countywide. Now, there were some missteps by Mayor Fulop when they were trying to take over the county, but that has not stopped him one bit. He is progressive. He is out there. He's talking on state level. He talks on a county level, and he runs the biggest city in the state of New Jersey. And it's not Newark. It's Jersey City. Take a page out of his book. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Toms River Show. I'll be right back.
Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone. Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
We're back. You're watching the Toms River Show. Before I get rid of this, we're talking about Steve Fulop. And yes, Mayor Fulop runs the biggest city in the state of New Jersey. But then you got another mega power from North Bergen, New Jersey, the township of North Bergen. Far smaller than Toms River. Nicholas Sacco, Nick Sacco, mayor and state senator, is a political powerhouse. Probably the best run municipality in the state of New Jersey. Whatever Nick Sacco does today, you want to be a successful mayor? You do tomorrow. Little North Bergen, there's a powerhouse sitting there. These are the things Tom Kelleher could have done. And when you're a political powerhouse, you get a lot more assistance from the state and the counties and all. That's what needs to be done here. Speaking of my buddy, Mayor Stephen Fulop of Jersey City, he and a few other mayors just got together in Newark about the pot expungement program. They want to have arrests over the past pot sales and possession expunged because we're going to legalize it. New Jersey will soon legalize the pot, and this group of mayors held a press conference last week about this, asking that all pot arrests be expunged. Now, keep in mind, when these people were arrested for pot, whether it, there was a small possession, dealing, growing it, pot's been illegal, I think, since the 30s or so. But these individuals who were arrested knew they were breaking the law. And now it's become illegal as, everybody's got the feel-good thing. Oh, we should expunge these things. Let's clear their records of what happened because they were doing something illegal, But now we're going to legalize it. So let's go retroactive back and clear their records. You know, possibly, maybe small amounts you were caught with possession. You know, you got caught with a couple of joints on you. I guess that's realistic, but, you know, where do you draw the line? Dealing, huge possessions, you had like a half a pound or a pound of pot. Yeah, your backyard was a pot farm. I'm not sure how we go about doing this. And one other thing I have not heard about this expungement plan is not only did you get a record for pot sales or dealing pot or whatever, you were involved with illegal pot somehow and you have it on your record. You also paid a hell of a fine. In a lot of cases, you didn't get jail time because you paid a significant fine. All right, we're talking about expunging their records. So we'll clean these records. But what about the fines that they paid, these individuals? Are we giving them the money back? Oh, I haven't heard anything about that yet. And that is something to consider. Because, yeah, yes, it's nice. You're expunging my record, but, you know, I spent, you know, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in fines. Am I getting that money back? I have not heard anything about that. And how far do we go back? Are we going back to people that were busted for sales of marijuana in the 60s, 70s? Are we only going back 10 years to expunge? And if you address the fines, and I guess nobody's addressing the fine aspect of this, do we give it back with interest? If you're going to say, listen, we were short-sighted, we're going to legalize marijuana now, we're going to tax you, get revenue, we're going to expunge your record. You no longer were convicted of selling pot or possessing pot or dealing pot, whatever the pot situation was. That's all nice, but what about the fines that they paid? And who pays it? The municipalities? The state? Because if you got a fine, as I understand it, the municipality got a cut of it, the state got a cut of it. And it's still a federal law. Marijuana is still against the law federally. So I'm not sure how all this is going to work. Now, if you go back to when there was prohibition, you know, back in the 20s, and, you know, alcohol was illegal, and you remember the old videos, you know, axing the beer barrels and breaking the bottles of vodka or what have you. When prohibition was repealed, and the reason it was repealed was all about money. The government was going broke. We needed the taxation and revenue from booze. Now, kid yourself, it all came down to money. It wasn't like they swung open the jail cells. All right, everybody, it's legal. You can get out. No, that didn't happen. Those people did their stretches. They were convicted of bootlegging or making vodka in their bathtub or whatever was involved with the sale of illegal alcohol, running a speakeasy, whatever it was. They did the time. And when it was legal, they were still in the jail doing the time. So we're going to set some precedent here. But if you're going to do that, expunge the record, then we got to return the fines. And that's where you're going to see people say, oh, wait a minute, you know, that was a good feel-good story about expungement. But if we're going to send back, I don't know how many millions or maybe billions of dollars in fines, that would have to be given back. I don't know how that works. And the other thing is we're talking about legalizing pot. It's become legal sometime in 2019 in some shape or form. And I know with Russ Baraka in Newark and Mayor Fulop in Jersey City, they said, listen, we're not going to allow any sales or anything unless we get this expungement program. Well, what about bookies? Now, we legalize sports betting now in New Jersey. And the numbers are legal. We used to call it numbers that were of a certain age. Now you got the New Jersey lottery, pick 3, pick 4, that sort of thing. What about the bookies? People who did time and been fined for running numbers, taking football bets. They went to jail. They got fined. How come nobody's talking about doing anything for them? If that's what we're going to do with pot sales, then we got to go back and look at, are we being fair to the guy who was running the numbers? We're taking the football bets. He went to jail. Nobody's giving that guy. Nobody's even talking about it. And a lot of people get busted for sports betting. Now we made it legal. Our vices are going one by one. Like I said, the numbers, that was illegal. Sports betting was illegal. Pot was illegal. Only a couple other vices left. Really, what are we talking? Prostitution? If there's money to be made, you never know. But should we expunge? Maybe that's for someone smarter than me. But again, I reiterate, they knew they were breaking the law when they got busted. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Tom's River Show. I'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. Tom's River Show. Remember all that stuff on the bottom of the screen? If you need to get in touch with me, you can certainly do it. If you need some assistance, I am here to help. Need some announcements? We're here to help. Now, I took a tour of the American Legion Hall in Seaside Heights. Still reeling from Sandy. The roof is in bad shape. I'm going to see if we can help the American Legion. Huge building. Yeah, that should be the community center here. You know, you want to have weddings, you're going to have weddings there. It's huge. Catering, all that can be done there. And this thing just sits state of disrepair. Yeah, I'm on the board with the Landmark Lowe's Theater in Jersey City. Beautiful theater. 60% of the way restored. Problem is the municipality never had the money, but the county of Hudson would give us hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we'd use all that money to bring things up to date. The Friends of the Lowe's have pretty much gone as far as they can. They really need an influx of money to put air conditioning in, upgrade the electronics in the theater. It's really 1929 back there. Now, I don't know if we got footage of the Frankenstein board, you know, the old lighting board there, which is all restored. Everything has been restored in that building. Now it's time for some real money to be put in there. But that's really what needs to be done with this American Legion Hall, a 501c3. But let me get to this section here. You know, I know a while back I talked about social media, and I think it was during the Kavanaugh hearings for the Supreme Court. Be careful what you do today with social media. Express this to your children. Don't be a dummy on social media, because it's going to come back and bite you. Anything you do now seems to come back and bite people on the butt. And it's a problem when you are going to be judged as an adult. You're in your 50s or 60s and you've had a successful career, and all of a sudden something pops up when you were young and dumb, and it completely ruins your career. It may cost you a job, whatever the case is. Now, you got this guy, he's the governor of Virginia, and he was in medical school, and there's a picture, allegedly, of him in blackface standing next to a guy in a KKK outfit. Now, the KKK outfit is unforgivable at any time in our history. There's probably no more despicable group than the Klansmen, than maybe the Nazis. They're going one and 1A, that group. There's never been a time. But to be, now the guy's in a blackface, if you're, and he said he was going as Michael Jackson, which, you know, in 35 years ago? Was it 1984, 1983? 84. Michael Jackson was pretty damn big, just before Thriller. You know, it's before the big album there. Billie Jean. You know, Michael, you know, Michael, you can talk about that. Michael Jackson was big from the Jackson 5. So, yeah, I guess you would put some makeup on. Now this guy's being attacked for that. You know, I can appreciate all the arguments. My problem is we're going to judge this individual from the actions from 35 years ago when he was a stupid 20-something. We're judging with the vision of our culture today, our politically correct culture of the day. Now, you may want to question the medical school for allowing the yearbook to have these photos in it, but it was a different time. You know, there's people that question the United States. Well, it dropped nuclear bombs in World War II. I wanted to shorten that war. Now, would that happen today? Come on. But it's a different time. Can we judge the actions of different generations by our opinions and our culture of today? I don't know. I don't think it's right, but well, like I said, you should question that medical school just for putting the Klans guy in there. Come on. But, you know, you got to beware of what you're putting on social media. What, you know, you really, especially now. Now, back in the 80s, we didn't have any internet or anything. This is just stupid. This guy's yearbook has been floating around for 30-some-odd years. Nobody ever brought it up before. But in the advent of social media, everything can be brought up. You know, there's really no privacy. And that's something we should probably look into, about securing your identities a little bit. You know, you get in a car accident, within days you'll start getting all these lawyers sending you forms. They got all your information. There's your driver's license, all that's there. And you just had to go to the police station. I'd like a copy of that accident. You become an executor of an estate. And all of a sudden you're getting all these notices from real estate agency. Would you like to sell the property or exec? Come on. You know, back in the 60s, all right, to have that as public information, you had to go, you know, crawl around City Hall and go through big old books that were like 6 feet wide. But now you just do it on the internet. We really should address that. But beware of what you're putting and how stupid you want to be. Express this to your kids. Because we've seen cases where baseball players, you know, they did some stupid tweet when they were 15 or 16 years old. Keep in mind, 15, 16-year-old Twitter. Now, the guy's pitching for Atlanta or the Diamondbacks or whatever. And this happened to a few MLB players. You know, 26 years old, and somebody comes across this tweet. Whoa, look at this. He was a racist. No, it's just a stupid kid. You know, do we judge people by what they did as a kid? Yeah, you had, what's it, Gunn is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. And he had some people attempts at humor from a decade ago. Those tweets popped up. The guy lost his job. You know, do I judge him at what he is today, or his actions from bad humor? Or in some cases, somebody's actions from 30-some-odd years ago? I don't know. There was the chief of staff of Mayor Pulliam, who I mentioned before. He made some speech as a college kid in his 20s. Somebody played it back a few years ago. Guy lost his job over it. Something he did when he was like 20 years old. You know, there was the old saying with the internet. Be careful what you put on the internet because it doesn't go away. Well, that's also social media. Be careful. Tell your kids. Be careful of these selfies. Be careful of statements or humor. But you know what? There is no humor on Twitter. There's no humor. Humor doesn't translate well. No matter how many emojis, flapping faces you put there. Be careful what you do. But really, we should try to judge an individual on what they have accomplished and what they have done as an adult, not as some stupid young and dumb kid. All right, I'm done. You be good. You be safe. You're watching the Tom Rivers Show. Good night.